today we are going to make kale chips. So we have two types of kale here. This is called dinosaur kale. It's kind of a thicker, rougher kale, if you want to see that one. This is our curly kale, for obvious reasons. It's curly. So today we're going to use the curly kale and we are going to make kale chips. I'm going to move these aside. And so what we're going to do is we are going to take the kale, and what Ellen and I are going to do is remove the stem and cut these into sort of, or rip them into bite-sized pieces and just break it in, throw it in the bowl. No fancy way to do it. You just want to remove that thick stem.
I don't think I've ever had these before.
No, tasty. So it'll be Ellen's first time trying it, so it'll be a great way to try new foods together. They're definitely kid-friendly. I've given them to 3-year-olds, 12-year-olds. So, perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna discard those, and I'm gonna have Ellen, if you wanna just dump a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to massage the kale. Okay. So it'll be nice and relaxed when you eat it. Perfect. You probably need about a tablespoon or two, and now we're just gonna massage it so that it's covering the whole thing. So you're almost rubbing it on each of the kale pieces. And we'll want to make sure that they're all pretty evenly coated. There's 2 ways you can cook them. You can cook them for a shorter amount of time. If you do that, you're going to set your oven for 350 for about 8 minutes. If you decide you want to go at a lower temp, you can do it for around 250, 275 degrees for about 20 minutes, flipping them halfway. So once we have them all kind of evenly coated, we are going to just line this pan here. And then we are just going to lay the kale out. You don't want them too close together. You want to make sure that they're not on top of each other and have enough room. You can just kind of lay them out. There's all different toppings you can put on them depending on how crazy you want to get. Today we're just going to put a little bit of salt on them, and that's fine. Fabulous. And then we're just going to put them in the oven for 8 minutes. All right, so here are the kale chips, and now I'm excited because this is Ellen's first try. So what we're gonna ask Ellen to do is have what I call a polite bite, which means that she has to be first open and willing to like it without making the stinky poop face of the, oh my God, that's disgusting. So we know a lot of kids at home do that. So we wanna make sure that we're willing to try one bite and actually consider liking it without making the face. So let's start with that. What do you think?
I like it.
That's great. So another important thing to remember when you're trying new foods is that you either have to have new foods or retry foods 10 to 20 times to know if you like them. So just because you tried this once, I like to say if you don't love it the first time, it is a try again food, and that the next time you might like it. It could be how it's cooked or prepared. So it's important that we continue to try new foods throughout.